welcome back to another League of Legends gameplay with your friendly host, MrJester, and I managed to still find my friend online, and I'm happy to have him here, Safe.
How's it going, guys? Thanks for having me, George.
Absolutely, man. I absolutely love having you with me. You know, best friend.
Sorry, not George. Sorry, not George. MrJester.
How could you? How could you do this to me?
How
could you? Now people will know who I am.
Crime now.
And I can't fight crime. That's it. My Batman mask is gone. I'm really Batman. Anyway. Bam bam. Anyway, we managed to find ourselves unfortunately, it's not a high tier solo queue rank game, but it's a normal. It would be high tier as well, I'm guessing, because I'm following a Diamond 5, so it would be a high tier normal game maybe. I'll quickly let you know, because unfortunately Safe isn't able to see the champs pick, so I'll quickly relay it to you. You've got ourselves Oyster playing Nah in top lane. We have Mimi playing Vi in the jungle, and this is for blue side, by the way. Matara playing Jace mid lane. Absalom playing Draven as an ADC, and Mortar playing Janna as support. So that's your blue side, and on the red side, purple side or red side, we have Heretic Honeydew playing Singed in the top lane, Heathcliff playing ADC Caitlyn, Scarleon playing Thresh support, 1v5 no problem playing Lee Sin jungle, and Bra playing Zed as the mid laner. So that's your two comps. So Navi Singed, Jace v Zed, Vi v Lee, and Janna Draven versus Thresh, and who was the other ADC I said again?
Caitlyn?
Caitlyn? Yeah, Caitlyn.
Look, I can spectate you now.
Oh, you can? Alright, sweet. We can get into the game.
Wait for me to get in so I can see. But you said Gnar versus Singed top lane?
Yeah, Nah versus Navi Singed.
I've never seen such a matchup but from going through the skills of each champion, top lane should be in the favor of Gnar. Just knowing his range and he's with his Q and he's slow, he can actually easily kite Singed, and if he gains aggro from his poison and his rage lift up, I think he'll be easier to duel him, and he can actually slow him down and kite him throughout his if they ever do engage on each other.
Yeah. Yeah,
I hope you agree with that.
I totally would agree. I mean, it's the range factor. With me, I've always noticed that range surpasses melee in terms of laning. Singed might have maybe a rough time, only because of the range, again, with his W. And unfortunately, I don't know the recall what the name of Na's W is, but it basically, every 3 auto attacks, he does a percentage of health, max health.
That's right.
So, that's in mini Na form, and in max and mega Na form with a stun. So, in that form of harassment, he should be able to poke down Singed maybe during the laning phase. Quickly
look. Escape on him.
Oh, it does have an escape, yeah. Also looking at the borders, it is a gold, plat, diamond mix around. Theoretically, according to the borders, purple team should win, but then again, there's always been upsets, and I'm as a plat player myself, I have managed to hold my footing against some diamond players here and there. So. Enough about bragging my rights, hey.
you love yourself. So
I love myself. I do. I really do. Now we're into game. It is live, so it's in 4 seconds in. Are you also into it as well? Just
6, 7, 8.
Alright, so
9.
you're basically a second behind me. That's not bad since you can. Since I'm doing a play-by-play. So now looking away from the top lane, let's deviate from the top lane, which probably will be I'm guessing, an island. They're just going to stay in top lane and then use teleport to rotate down towards the other fights. Let's move away.
Sure. Let's go into the jungle, I reckon.
Alright, so do you reckon the jungle will be the site to look at? You've got Lee Sin on one side, and he's been known to gank very early and very aggressively. And you've got Vi, who can gank early and be quite successful at her ganks early on as well. So do we think it's more on the side of it's a jungler's game, this game?
Jungles always has an amazing factor towards leading to winning early game and even going through late game, and I believe Lee Sin does have a better earlier game than Vi in clearing faster and maybe ganking more efficiently in a way, if I can say.
Yeah.
So I believe in favor of Lee Sin against Vi for now, and Lee Sin has a dangerous amount of damage you can do early game, which people really underestimate.
And that would have to be with his Q, the resonating Sonic Wave resonating strike. It's kind of an execute. The more health missing, the more damage it does. Now we can quickly look as well. So both junglers will be starting at the bottom side of the jungle, but Heretic Honeydew, has invaded onto the blue side. So I want to quickly see if I can get the camera onto him. Yes, I can. So he's now chilling around the blue buff. He's got it warded. Can I move the camera as well?
Looks like he's on a proxy farm.
Am I able to move the camera? No, I can't for some reason. Anyway, so not my favorite today, move the camera. So it actually looks like he's got a proxy farm. So already starting off with the proxy farm and Oyster throwing out the Q to do a bit of damage. But Heretic is taking quite a bit of damage from the minions. So I'm going to go back onto him just for a quick sec. So he's dropped down to below half health, but he's successfully proxied the first minion wave. And will back. So he's already got a full 6 minions. As the wave will push up to the top outer turret. So
I would like to focus on mid lane just for a second. Jace versus Zed is a very hard matchup for, I would actually say Jace, because Zed actually can be, Zed can actually beat Jace very easily if he actually has a high enough skill.
I would kind of disagree with that only because of the whole range element, and if Zed does engage onto Jace, he'll just turn into Mercury Hammer and then simply Thunderstrike him away.
I've seen a lot of cases Zed usually wins against Jace, but it might be different in this case. You might be right, but his Q helps him farm easily.
Okay, yeah, so definitely. Maybe just if he knows how to utilize Living Shadow effectively, which is the Shadow of Zed, and using that with his Razor Shuriken, and I forgot his E. No, I don't want you. I want this guy. Shadow Slash. Alright. Shadow Slash. Shadow Slash. Okay. Now, so deviate from the mid lane, it's probably me back and forth. I personally think it's going to be Jace's favor only because of the cannon. In fact, even now we can see that 1v5 is coming towards mid lane, but he's stepping on top of a ward. Meanwhile, on top lane, Heretic Honeydew has just flung Oyster and is doing a bit of damage with Poison Trail. However, 1v5 is stuck up in a really awkward place. He's met Madara and Mimi, forced to flash away. Mimi trying to go aggressive, but he won't get the kill. But back in bot lane, Heathcliff has been exhausted, trying to kill off on Absalom. Absalom extremely low, but the shield or Eye of the Storm from Mortar will be able to keep him alive just a bit longer. How many summon spells were bent? That's an exhaust from Starlion, as well as the exhaust from Mortar. So those 2 exhausts down in bot lane from that early trade, no one really coming out ahead of that. Both even. Now Mimi is ganking on at Honeydew, and Oyster's doing a lot of damage. He will transform into the Mega Knight and get the stun of Heretic Honeydew. And that's going to be first blood to Mimi, but he dies to the Poison Trail and Tower Shot. So kill gone to Heretic Honeydew. Absalom taking extremely low with that Pilt of a Peacemaker from, and his name is Heathcliff. Now Mortar does get hooked by Death Sentence using his Q to knock him up, but it's not enough. He's taking a tower shot, but a great Pilt of a Peacemaker, securing the kill on Absalom. Mortar narrowly surviving with his health. And I, surprisingly enough, thought I memorized it. It's Howling Gale. It was on the tip of my tongue, man. It was on the tip of my tongue, I swear.
And that was very intense top lane and bot lane. And bot lane Thresh did very well at grabbing Janna, and Janna did actually escape, but I think Draven stayed too long bot lane. He overstayed his stay.
Yep.
Even though he had a slither of health left. So I think that was partially his lack of, how do I say, considering the bad factors that was going to happen to him.
Alright, definitely. Now, considering that the fact that we have gotten kill to Heathcliff, now, Bra does die to Madara from a tower dive, but he does pick up himself a kill. So it's a kill for kill trade-off in mid lane. Madara has a massive CS lead, and Heretic Honeydew is taking serious damage from Oyster. It was that W of his I was talking about earlier. We talked about this earlier. What is it called? Hyper. So Hyper's doing a lot of damage, and he does secure the kill with his E and at his hop. He hops over him, it's hop. How can I forget that? So Oyster picks himself a kill onto Heretic Honeydew, doing pretty well for himself, and has a commanding lead of 9 CS. Yes, again, so now we can't, back in the mid lane, JC is actually winning with 13 CS lead.
Yeah,
but
you might
that item choices, look at the item choices, what's that going to do?
Having 4 long swords looks nice, but I don't know if it works well. Look, Jace is going the early, if you want to talk about the fight bot lane before
definitely, but it's not really as much. It's only simply a death sentence from Scarlet onto Absalom, but a great Howling Gale from Mortar just hitting off Heathcliff. Heathcliff is an awesome name for those who are actually unaware. That is from Sword Art Online. I'm a fan of that. That's an awesome name. I'm ready shipping Heathcliff for the win. My money's for Red Side to win. I'm not allowed to have a biased opinion.
Biased
opinion. That's a biased opinion. Anyway, GC Bra, I'm going to just keep him up with Bra. He's getting poked out quite heavy by Madara. So Madara Doing quite well for himself in mid lane. Again, he does have a commanding lead for the CS. He has himself Tier and 2 longswords to the 4 longswords on Bra. But Bra forcing to back off really early, not having himself wards. Heretic Hanji, although is chilling in the jungle, has found himself a scary little Mimi. She's scaring him off away, and Madara is also rotating up to top lane, although he does decide to just back off and return to mid lane for that extra farm. So ready yourself.
Jace getting the early lead got him a very early tier, which will help him late game when he builds his mana mune, and it's going to cause him big lead against or big advantage in team fights.
Yeah, I think just blue team in general are having a really big lead, because even Oyster, who has hit level 7, does manage to stun Heretic Hanji into the wall with his ultimate and does secure himself the kill. That was a level 7 versus level 5 top lane, not going in favor of a Heretic Hanji whatsoever.
Proxy farming is not very effective anymore in this meta, so I'm not sure why he chose it, but it doesn't look like it's been working out for him pretty well.
And down in bot lane though, Absalom taking the Piltover Peacemaker from Heathcliff and the 90 caliber net combo. So just a little back and forth trading in bot lane. I don't think anything big will come out from kills. However, on the right side, a 1v5 and beautiful Piltover Peacemaker securing the kill. That's actually quite a good snipe. 1v5 didn't really have to do anything to gank in. Meanwhile, top lane, Heretic Hanji does fling Oyster into tower range, but he just simply hops away, still doing a lot of damage with his hyper. Brad disconnecting and reconnecting. Okay, so that could be a big of an issue, especially the fact that he's level 1. But 1v5 is coming into mid lane, does Dragon Rage Madara towards tower, and here comes a death mark from Jizibra. Is it going to be enough though? He's taking 2 tower shots, does fall down to 1v5. And meanwhile, in top lane, Oyster has stunned Heretic Hanji. He does get flung back into his Mega Adhesive, but doesn't really work out. And Heretic Hanji just simply laughing it away. But great gank for 1v5, picking up the kill onto Madara. And Madara did burn his Ignite, whereas Bra simply has both his summoner spells, getting himself an assist right there, and picking him up a Brutalizer. So he's got himself a Brutalizer and some potions.
Well. Yeah, he's getting a very good. His farm is pretty like it's a big number between all the red team side and the purple team side. If you can see, the purple team side.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you though, but Mortar has just got Death Sentence. Vicelar is taking a lot of damage from the Piltover Peacemaker by Heathcliff, but Heathcliff is still alive and well. He's auto-attacking Absalom, but Absalom's returning serious amounts of damage. Meanwhile, in top lane, Mimi is taking quite level 1v5. Absalom is still not giving up though. He has been exhausted. So is an Oyster using Hyper onto 1v5. He's keeping up chase. Gets flung by Heretic Hanji, and he's still on the chase. He's doing a lot of damage. He's about to rage up into Mega Nah, so he will be able to come in. Has ultimate, flashes fantastically onto Heretic Hanji, gets himself the kill, forcing 1v5 to flash, as well as ward hop away. So 1v5 does manage to survive, but a great flash ultimate coming out from from Oyster. And that ultimate is called Nah. Nah uses Nah!
Yeah, that was very nice to see, man. That was very, like, the flash stun was executed perfectly. Sadly, Lee Sin did have to use his flash and 1v5, and it's gonna be that's a big summoner. He's gonna lose, so maybe he can't insect for a while now. If he wants to use the flash.
Yeah, so the flash Kikarino. Flash Kikarino's out of the picture for now. That's gonna be out the window. But so now keep going. Yeah, so I'm
surprisingly to see that there's not a big gold difference, even though blue team has a significant amount of CS compared to the red team. As you can see between Zed and Jace, that's nearly double CS difference.
Oh, definitely. And just earlier, you were in favor of Zed. Personally, for me, I thought it was just a range harassment and Madara having just the superiority against Jizbra.
I believe in the Zed.
You still believe in the Zed. Believe in the Zed. Yes, the Zed. And now, who's the biased one? Now, Heathcliff is sort of caught out of position. Mortar is able to get his Howling Gale onto him, but it's not enough, as a Dark Passage shield will scare him away. Scaleon is able to come and help out his Heathcliff. Maybe in terms of CS, though, again, the Heathcliff is having a higher CS over Absalom, and does have 2 kills as well. Don't get me wrong. Mortar sidestepping that Desert, but he takes the fight to face, and Heathcliff getting himself a double kill with a beautiful placed Piltover Peacemaker. Now, unfortunately, what is his name? Mimi is caught off in the wrong position. He's about to run into Bra, with also 1v5 in the jungle waiting for him. Bra will be able to face him, although in the top lane though, Oyster is taking Heretic Hanji extremely low, missing the Nah ultimate. but he does evolve into Mega Knight, so something could happen. Meanwhile, again, Mimi is still on the chase, on for the officer. The guys are onto a flash from Jizbra. Can he get onto Mimi? Hereditary does come to assist him, forcing Mimi to vault over the wall. But Jizbra, Living Shadow with Ignite. Can Ignite to get onto Mimi? It looks like it will. Oyster is now taking quite low. He's now gone back to mini now form. Scarlet is here, and he does have Death Sentence out very quickly. That's why the Death Sentence misses though, but the slows coming from the Q is all good. Madara from behind, getting the kill onto Jizbra, turning around, getting himself a double kill onto Scarleon, as well as Honeydew dying Oyster. So great slows from Oyster, and the rotation from Madara as well, picking himself 2 kills. Fantastic plays, fantastic transitions.
It was very nice, it was very nice. Jace came in the perfect timing, even though, what's his name actually? Mimi. Actually delayed for a very long which really
definitely. Now, he keeps taking a bit of damage from Absalom as well as Mortar, but everyone is doing his best to slow them down. Absalom down, Mortar's quite low, great Dragon's Rage, kicking Absalom into Mortar to get the knock-up, and Heathcliff securing that kill. Meanwhile, we forgot to mention this though, Oyster did take top outer tower, so that's going to be allowing him to roam more with that top tower down. And he's still there, he's still taking out the golems, so he's doing very well, Oyster for himself. Still onto Heretic Honeydew, that Hypo is doing a bit of damage, but so is Poison Trail. So he has to be quite careful in stepping into Poison Trail when finding Singe. Although Madara has other plans, he does gank onto Heathcliff. Heathcliff is extremely low. A fantastic kill going towards Madara. That's shutdown gold too, so Madara making himself 4-2-0. Scarleon out of position, does flash over to Dragon Pit, but he gets extremely low, nearly getting stopped by Madara. Acceleration Gate used to catch up. Absalom should be able to get the kill on this. Here comes the Vault Breaker, but a great play denying Madara the kill. Absalom does secure himself the kill though. Meanwhile, Na does hop onto Heretic Honeydew, stunning him into the wall. He's taking serious loads of damage. The Cutlass used to slow him down. Oyster still giving up chase. Missing the... he lands the Boulder Toss, but it's not enough to get the kill. With all this is happening though, Blue Team have set their sights onto Dragon. They'll be able to get themselves the first Dragon of the game and giving themselves a 4k gold lead, entering the nearly the 15-minute mark. So much is happening. So little time. 4k gold lead already, or 3k? 3k gold lead, 3.7k gold lead. In favor of blue side, kills in favor of blue side. Heretic Honeydew forced to teleport in the middle lane to save the tower. Him and Scarlet should be able to do something on Mortar. Mortar slowed down Heretic, but the Death Sentence is still up. Will Scarleon land it onto Mortar? Doesn't seem to be the case. He's just taunting up, generating the Howling Gale. We'll push up the minions though. There's a Mega Hit for the slow. Can Scarleon actually sounds a lot cooler. Alright, Heretic still proxying in between towers. He's able to clear the minions, but here comes the hop from Oyster and the slow as well. Heretic's taking a lot of return damage from Oyster. Oyster's doing tons of damage. He's nearly dying. Unfortunately, he does manage to escape with his life. And Mimi as well to help him. Oyster will turn into Mega Knight form now. 1v5 though, is standing on top of a ward. Gets seen with that Boulder Toss though, forced to shield himself away onto Scar Lion. Now Oyster is leading the charge onto Scar Lion as well. Keeping up, lands the Boulder Toss. That's a slow onto Scar Lion. Using the force to use the box and a Dragon's Rage, knocking up 3 targets and a great also Death Sentence under Mortar. Mortar is quite low. Here comes a Death Mark, but a fantastic triple stun from Oyster, stunning 3 targets into wall. And Jizbra missing his Living Shadow, couldn't follow up onto Oyster. So fantastic ultimate, but Oyster nearly dying to the Baron as well.
That was... Oyster lived with such a...
And it's not even over yet. Madara going to engage on the hit skill, but a great death sentence from Scar Lion onto Madara. Madara picks up himself a kill. I think Brad disconnected right there because Madara managed to pick himself a double kill and should be able to escape. Meanwhile, Heretic Honeydew is being kited by Oyster, but the Poison Trail will get him a kill. Madara in 1v5 trying to trick him around. Unfortunately, Sonic Wave does land and Resonant Strike will secure the kill. But Mimi is not done yet. She wants blood. She goes with Assault and Battery and the chase is still on. She gets himself a shutdown gold. Onto 1v5 and Jizbra, he's trying to do his best to land a kill. But here comes reinforcements. Mortar with a fantastic Eye of the Storm protecting Mimi, giving her the double kill as well as the Howling Gale. So much fight, so little time. We're only 15 minutes into the game and there's already been 26 deaths, 26 kills.
That was very intense to watch and very intense to hear you.
I've gone red, I'm kind of semi-red in the face.
But that was all around fight, around the whole map. Top lane, bot lane, mid lane, jungle. So it was very intense, and it just shows you that at this level how people can play together and like have a have some synergy, even not knowing each other.
Definitely. So now, all these kills, all these fights, now gold's gone to everyone's pockets. Who's benefiting from all this gold, though? Oyster's getting...
Would be, honestly, on the blue side, it will be Oyster. As you can see, he's emitting so much damage with the early Blade of the Ruined King and getting the Boots of Lucidity, which will keep him...
and that was also the middle outer turret going down towards red side. So that's 3 towers to 1 as well. Objective control in favor of blue side again. Sorry to interrupt you. But yeah, so all this gold, all this generation, you said Oyster's benefiting well from it. Who else is getting...
to Oyster and Matara. Your Jace and the Gnar are playing superbly well, and they're using their gold income and they're farming perfectly.
Now, unfortunately, though, Scarline does land a great descent on Matara. Matara taking serious amounts of damage. Jizma is not able to assassinate him because a Great Monsoon pushes them to the wall. But, however, it does manage to get a gank for Heathcliff. Meanwhile, in top lane, though, Heretic and Hunter 1v5, I managed to destroy onto Oyster. Oyster used his ultimate, but it's not enough. Can he escape? Doesn't seem to be the case. Lands a great stun, though, but the poison trail does reduce him to nothing as 1v5 picks himself another kill. So that's 4-1-5 going to 1v5. Honeydew is down to 2-5 himself. Heathcliff did again get himself a kill onto Madara, but Jizbra is not doing great in terms of assassination. That was a great death sentence into a flay. Jizbra engaged onto him and he just couldn't deliver the damage. Maybe because also was a fantastic monsoon. Maybe also a great thundering blow from Madara as well. But it's also going nowhere. Meanwhile, Heretic Hunter is being chased by Mortar. Will he be able to fling it into a death sentence? It doesn't seem to be the case. He does fling it, but misses the Mega, and he's tasked to take the Dark Passage away to safety as Mimi made her presence to assist Mortar. So, great round. Mimi has been there helping out all the ganks that has happening. Mortar just now walking past the ward. Hasn't been spotted, though, I think, by Scarline or Jizbra, but will be seen by the minions, and Scarline putting up the wards kind of aggressively near the blue side. And that does equal also kills to 14 each. Jizbra trying to push up on the mid lane, though, with Mortar on the bot side, though. Absalom will be getting his free farm on. He's only 20 CS behind. Scarline also coming in. He does third descent. It lands on the Mortar with the flay. Mortar forced to flash away, but a great living shadow into an attack. Jizbra does get the kill, but it's not enough. A great assault on battery does get Mimi a killing spree, and that's a kill onto Jizbra. The chase is still on. Assault on battery. Vault Breaker does miss as Scarline flashes away perfectly. Now Absalom versus Heathcliff in a 1v1. Absalom doing a lot of damage, but here comes 1v5 with a fantastic Dragon's Rage. Gets the kill, but it's not enough because Absalom does get the final auto attack onto Heathcliff. Back in top lane, though, Heretic Hunter is versing Oyster. Oyster has returned back to mini-now form, and he does hop, trying to get damage. Back in the mid lane, though, Mimi does get himself a rampage and kill. Oyster does kill off Heretic Hunter. Mimi gets herself a kill onto Scarline. 1v5 is also in an awkward position. Can he do something about it? Doesn't seem to be the case. Middle inner turret has dropped down to half health as well. So much fighting, so little time again. Oh gosh.
Yeah, there's so much going on throughout the entirety of the game. There's not been a break or any farming, just more of a trade-off always. There's never been an instance of just people farming or sieging or anything.
Yeah, it's just been constant fighting, battle royale, almost everywhere. Oyster on a Heretic Hunter, which is going... It's going a bit of both, though. I think Oyster still comes out on top with these trades off, but Heretic Hunter is doing enough damage. Slowly, if he keeps ramping up, we'll be able to do something. Jizbra still hasn't impressed me yet.
No, he hasn't. He is falling behind and severely. He's only made 5.5k gold, while Jace has actually pocketed an 8.2k gold, which is a big difference, nearly 3k. And
they're going to be a bit careful up in top lane, though. The Sonic Wave has landed on Oyster. 1v5 has gone to engage, uses Dragon's Rage to kick Oyster away, and then failing the flight. I think he thought he still had ultimate, but instead he gets stunned by Oyster, and Oyster using a great ultimate, stunning Heretic Hunter into the wall as well. He's going to be able to hop away, but in come he meets Jizbra. Jizbra avoiding the stun with his own death mark, succeeds himself his 4th kill of the game. Basically found himself a Mortar Melon. He's feeling hungry, he wants some melons, but he takes a shock blast to the face as well, going extremely low, because guess who's around the corner? It's Madara as well as Mimi. Scarline has to be careful, getting caught up with the Howling Gale. Jizbra coming and trying to get himself to kill, possibly ignite on Mortar, but a great monster who should be able to keep Mortar alive just barely. She does have the Eye of Storm as well to keep her alive. In top lane, Heretic Hunter is still pushing up. The middle inner turret has fallen down for red side. Heretic Honeydew still pushing up in the top side. Absalom Zoss pushing on the bot side. So constant pressure for coming from blue side. They will be able to hopefully get bottom inner. Not too sure about that, as Heretic Honeydew has taken the top outer. He will be sandwiched to Absalom as Scarline coming up from behind. Lands a flay, giving Heathcliff a few auto attacks, but Scarline taking a lot of damage from Absalom. But Absalom does manage to fall before his ultimate returns, giving Heathcliff the kill. So he's securing himself his 7th kill of the game. Doing quite well for himself as an ADC. Definitely much further ahead than Absalom. But Absalom is holding on his own despite being so behind compared to Heathcliff.
Being behind, surprisingly, Caitlyn's on a nearly 9k, where Draven is on actually 8.3. So he's only behind by barely 700 gold, which is not much of a difference considering that Caitlyn would be Heathcliff with 7 kills compared to the 2 kills. It must be coming from his farming, where his farming is actually staying very close.
Now we're watching up as Heretic Honeydew decides to chill in the enemy base. He's like, screw this, I've had enough of my base, I want to be in the enemy base. Meanwhile, Jizbra has engaged onto Mortar with Death Sentence, but they great exhaust onto him, turns him around as Mortar comes in with the Thundering Strike. Does fall though to 1v5 as 1v5 came in. He does get himself a double kill. However, Mortar does manage to pick himself a kill onto Jizbra. Meanwhile, Mimi finds himself a roaming Singe, gets herself a kill, and is now unstoppable. Fantastic play by Mimi. She now is on mid lane, face to face with Scarline, as without even knowing that 1v5 is around the corner from behind. He unfortunately doesn't have Dragon's Rage, but he's backing off right now. Go and looking at top lane though, Oyster has been pushing relentlessly in Mega Gnar form. He should be able to get this top inner turret as well. So that's going to be the 5th turret of the game going towards blue side, bumping them up to a 6k gold lead now. So great rotation by Oyster, constantly pressuring up in top lane. This is just going all favourite for blue side.
Oyster is that from that 6k gold league. Oyster has 3k of that, so half of the gold league goes to Oyster, and that shows you he's performing superbly well in this game, and he's assisting his team amazingly. And pointing out a few things about, well, I'm looking at the map, I don't really see too many wards from the blue side, mostly from the red side, as you can see.
Yeah, well, Oyster has found himself though a scary lion, gets trapped inside the box and the flay, but he'll be able to hop away back. He's still cutting around, forced to flash as 1v5 made his appearance as well as Bra. So that's a flash down from Oyster. I don't know if that's a big spell, I'm not too sure, but even meanwhile, back in the bot lane, Heretic Honeydew is finding himself in Absalom. Absalom's doing a lot of return damage on Heathcliff. Should be able to get Heathcliff. No, he doesn't. He does fall, as Oyster is now engaged back on 1v5, but gets stunned and takes out 1v5 instantly. Now he's turning his focus onto Brian. Here comes Martyr as well, getting the kill, so that's a 2-for-1 exchange up in top lane. Oh, it's actually 2-for-1 exchange up in top lane. So Oyster holding his own against a 1v3, allowing Martyr to come in and assist. Meanwhile, Heretic Honeydew still doing his proxy farm, trolling around as the troll Singe. He's able to push up in between, now entering the base again. Like I said, man, he wants to vacate to the base. He just wants to party.
I don't think he likes the purple side. I think he likes the blue side base more.
Yeah, I think he wants to just chill. He wants to vacate in the blue side now.
Suits his theme, being an Iceman. And
that is so true. Now looking up in the middle inhib turret though, Martyr is doing quite a lot of damage onto that middle inner turret. Does also use his shotgun blast to hit Heathcliff. That's doing a lot of damage. Already Heathcliff forced to go half health. Bra coming in with the home guards, not enough as he gets hit by the Howling Gale to knock him away.
I love watching Vi play throughout the game. Mimi, you know, Vi, when she grabs Trinity Force, makes us very strong compared to most junglers. And it's showing perfectly in this game. And I haven't seen anyone trying to focus Baronov yet. And I think that they should be considering at this point, because...
Well, it doesn't seem to be a case right now, as Mimi has managed to flash Vault Breaker onto Heathcliff. Heathcliff is quite low with the Solid Barrier to secure the kill. Mimi is dominating. Just use, I don't know, after hearing Black and Nola say that word, I had to say it. Now, in behind, here comes Juicebro with the Great Flare on the Mortar. That's also Deathmark. Should be able to get the kill. Yes, it does, as also pushes Juicebro into the wall. Juicebro forced to flash away, but falls to the red buff from Mimi. So Mimi is godlike in this game. Oyster still being the frontline tank. And here comes 1v5, flash kicking Karina on a Martyr, it's not enough. Mimi's taking a lot of tower aggro, getting trapped by the box. She maybe might fall, no, it doesn't seem to be the case. It's Oyster in the backline, takes out 1v5. Now he's stuck 1v5ing Scarline, but he's doing a lot of damage. Here comes a shock blast from Jace to at least help Oyster get himself the kill. That will be the middle inhib turret falling down, because guess who's still having vacate time in the inhib, and in the spawn, the base. It is Heretic Honeydew. He's on vacay time. He ain't going to go back to work. Back also on the other side of the spawn, in purple side, Oyster is doing a lot of damage to Heathcliff, but Heathcliff will escape. Heretic Hunter is trying to escape for his life, but here comes Mimi, dodging the Vault Breaker, but the chase is still on, and Mimi will get herself 8 kill. She's legendary. 923, 159 CS, has completed Triforce, Randuin's, and also Elder Lizard, as well as the mobility boots with Home Guard. So she's quite large. So is Oyster with his items. Jace with his items. Just item central. They're just so packing up right now compared to the other side.
They have the advantage now and the lead. Even though not having the big difference in kills, it still shows through the CSing and the just the whatnot. They're getting everything's falling into their favor.
Yeah.
Team fights, reaction times, everything's working out perfectly. And lack of vision on both sides now, which is not a problem. Maybe like wards must have just died. I haven't paid attention. But other than that, blue team has led now to a 10k lead. Oh no, actually a 9k lead, which is a big difference. And the gold's falling in Oyster, like I told you. Oyster and the Jace, which is Matara, and it's showing throughout all the team fights.
Now Scarline is caught out at awkward position. Mortar used the Howling Gale, and here comes Oyster for the reconnaissance. Oh, well, wrong word, not reconnaissance. He's coming for assistance. He will be able to get Scarline quite well as Matara secures the kill. Absalom has found himself a wandering Lee Sin, but he's doing a lot of damage in return. In fact, 1v5 is doing lots of damage, but does fall to Absalom. Absalom flashing correctly. Mimi, on the other hand, has found herself a snowboarding champion. It will be 1v1ing him. Can she do a lot of damage? She's already dropped him down to 1/5 of his health, forcing him to use Insanity Potion. But Mimi's also taking a bit of damage from the Poison Trail, so she has to be quite careful. She does return back and gets flung away. So I don't think Mimi can 1v1 Heretic Honeydew. They're going back and forth, both at half health now. Vault Breaker is also back up. She uses Assault and Barrier, stunning him a bit, and as the Seraph's Embrace for the shield, Heretic Honeydew actually coming out in favor from this trade-off. Actually, no, it's the turnaround with Vault Breaker. Mimi does get the kill, and is legendary 10-2. Going for Mimi. Meanwhile, back in the base of purple side, Oyster's going aggressive on the Bra, doing a lot of damage with that Hyper. Hyper doesn't get in the kill, although Madara does get himself a kill onto Scarline. Probably Oyster has turned into Mega Knight and still chasing onto Heathcliff. Gets kicked by 1v5 into Heathcliff, allowing him to ult Heathcliff into the wall. But Oyster's taking a lot of damage from turrets, forced to 1v5 Sonic Wave and Resonating Strike. Madara did not secure the kill on Scarline, but does engage back on him. But he gets also Deathmark onto him. Jizbar does doing a lot of damage with 1v5, picking up the kill, and that's a double kill for 1v5 on a Madara. So red team are still able to hold their own in their own base. Fantastic play. Oh gosh. And it's not over yet. 1v5 is sensing a Mortarmelon. He's hungry. It's getting hot in here for him, and he wants some melons tonight. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case. He's hitting the minions, and Mortar just teasing. The tease is right there. Follow it. Bait it. Heathcliff, Jizbar also behind. The Warthog. 1v5. He goes in, but here comes Absalom from the side, doing lots of damage. Picks up his first kill onto 1v5. Picks up his second kill. No, it doesn't. Goes to Mortar over Bra. So Bra falls down, getting baited in as well. Meanwhile, in top lane, Heretic Honeydew is still farming as Mimi's waiting in the sidelines, hoping to do something. And here comes a top from Oyster. We have to follow Oyster. He top us in the mid lane, trying to push up onto the Nexus turrets. Although it's not enough, he's still in the base, chilling. It's his time taking a vacate time in the enemy base. He's taking a page out of Heretic's book to vacate time. But is it going to be enough? He's still there chilling. Where's the team? Absalom is going to get onto Scarline, doing a lot of damage, getting himself a killing spree. Meanwhile, Heretic Honeydew is chasing on the Mortarmelon. The chase is still on a great Howling Gale to keep him off. But Mortarmelon gets Mega Adhesive onto him, gets slowed. Absalom is only hitting onto the bottom inhib turret. That's the second inhib down. It's also the first Nexus turret of the game. Heretic Honeydew is giving up chase, and the fight is on. Oyster engaging on the Heathcliff, flash ulting, getting Heathcliff stunned. Fantastic, gets himself first kill. There's a death mark. Oyster taking a lot of damage and will fall to the death mark as well. Meanwhile, Absalom is about to take the middle inhib turret, as also going on to Baron buff. We see Madara and Mimi both taking on the Baron. Baron going extremely low, so that's going to be the first Baron of the game. And when that's taken, that's going to be, I believe, a 16k goal lead going towards blue side at the 30-minute mark.
Yeah, and it shows that it's that clearly shows you that not even the blue side is so ahead. They don't even have to work as a 5 team and actually try to end there. Oyster by himself can basically 1v5 the team, and as you see, the multitasking Vi actually went and took Dragon, and then she led up to Baron. So they're multitasking
several objectives at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see nine towers to 3. and having that 16k lead has shown perfectly just the way that the blue team's been decimating the red team or purple team.
I wouldn't say it's a one-sided game. I think since like the 15-minute mark,
yeah, that's right.
at 20-minute mark, it's just been snowballing in towards blue side's favor. Now Absalom is kind of caught out of position. Everyone's ghosting onto him, but he's doing a lot of damage onto Jizra. But he does fall down in return as the flay from Skyline helps him out a bit. But Absalom doing insane amount of damage, so that's going to be something to be careful of. Heroic Hanju though has used his sanity potion again, has flung Mortimer. Mortimer taking a lot of damage. Will he be able to fall though? Yes, he does fall to 1v5. Meanwhile, back in the mid lane, Oyster and Madara trying to do damage to Heroic Hanju. Oyster has not given up yet. He wants blood. He's sensing blood. He's about to evolve and wants to evolve into blood. But in meanwhile, Mimi is dealing with Heroic Hanju as Heroic Hanju is trying to keep Mimi off from the top inhib turret. But Oyster wants that snowman. He wants to show who's the real man. Ulting him into the wall, giving Mimi the legendary kill. Mimi is now 11-2-3 with legendary 226 CS. Back in the mid lane though, Madara has now gotten engaged by Jizra with the death mark, doing a lot of damage, but the death mark does secure himself a kill. Jizra is now on a killing spree, but Mimi and Oyster still in there. Oyster going in onto 1v5, narrowly dodging the death centers from Skyline. Now they're hitting onto the Nexus turret. This could be the Nexus turret, the second Nexus turret going down. Yes, I can move the camera, and it is the second Nexus turret going down. So that's the second Nexus turret, 2 inhibitors down, and it chases back on with Talisman activated by Skyline. They're going on to Oyster. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case because he's now backing off. But he's doing return damage on the Skyline. Skyline taking serious amounts of damage, and he's evolved from Oyster with the stun and the boulder toss, doing a lot of damage. Assault battery onto Jizba doesn't give Mimi the kill. She does get a double kill with the red buff onto him, and now they're hitting onto the Nexus. This could be game. This is game. I believe it is game, because guess who's coming around? Mortimer is coming in for assistance, but Heroic Hanju is having other plans. He's trying to go for blood. He sees Mimi. He wants that booty. And Mimi does get engaged back on him, but he's doing a lot of damage back on Heroic Hanju. Fantastic return to him. And Oyster narrowly getting the kill onto Heathcliff, but does fall in return from the crits. The monsoon from Mortar knocked back Heathcliff and Skyline, but Heathcliff forced to flash, and that is the game. Minions taking the game. Oh gosh. Brilliant. Brilliant game.
Outcome, and as I told you, and you told me as well, you actually called me from the beginning of the game, Oyster and Marta, is that his name?
Madara,
actually, but Oyster by himself could 1v4 the team, and that showed through his farming and his items choice and the way how he would 1v3 in the situations, and he actually carried the team in a way. But I believe it was your fan favorite Sims who actually lost them the game.
He was trolling, I guess. He did want to take some vacay time in the enemy base. Anyway, guys, that was us following a game. I personally enjoyed that casting. I was forced to constantly keep play-by-play, and I'm running out of breath as well. That was very much entertaining. It was great having you safe, man. I really enjoyed your words, and just your voice is very soothing. So thank you as well for being with me as my co-caster.
Thanks for having me, MrJester, and we'll hope to see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon, man.